Hello guys, welcome back. In today's videos, we're going to talk about Julius Malema. Julius Malema once said, "We are not going." This Julius Malema.
This election, many right wing.
Sorry.
We know
that's what matters the most. But if we don't love each other, that's a problem. Because we want to see us working together as South Africans. You understand? That's where I understand Julius Malema.
a foreigner who can come here and just take your job and say, from today I'm sitting here. The bosses would have allowed that. So the bosses are white monopoly capital which owns the South African economy. Is the one that brings foreigners into the country, give them jobs because they're going to pay them lower wages. And then from there come to South Africans and say, these people are taking your jobs, and then they make us fight. But Sakina, since when have other Africans never worked in South Africa? Because this Johannesburg was founded by a Southern Africa, not South Africa.
Okay. So like this thing like now start to include the history. You understand? Start to include the history that we don't know, both of us. We thought like we know, but start to include the history that we don't know us. You understand?
That's why the language Fanaka law exists, because these people came from everywhere to come and mine this diamond that we're enjoying and gold we're enjoying today in Gauteng. So they met from Mozambique, they met from Malawi, they met from Zambia, Zimbabwe. They came together, they couldn't hear one another.
So wait, tell us, if you can tell us who make sure that other black people don't like other black people. Who's came with that thing to like they should not treat them like they are not human. You understand? Because of this not good. We are all Africans, right? So who came with that thing? So like they should not treat like South African like they are not South Africans. They are not Africans because we're all Africans. I get your point. I understand very well.
They even developed a language called Fanagalo. EFF was not there when that was formed. So it's not true that this is something that is happening for the first time. It has always been. But why would you say, I don't support colonialism and support colonial borders? That is hypocrisy. If you don't support apartheid, you don't support colonialism, you cannot support the invasion of everything that came with these people. The borders were imposed on us.
Fact. You know, like when Julius Malema, like maybe he can make his own decision, but when time goes, he realized like, no, these borders, they didn't come with us. People who came here and people who want to separate the unity of black people, because remember, when we become one, no one can defeat the black army. I'm telling you, when we become one, no one can defeat a black army, whether what you have, but no one in this world will defeat a black army. And when it comes together, when we all comes together, I'm telling you, we all know that. We all know that when we come together, no one can defeat a black army. So he realized, so like, because I remember in ANC, he once said that we don't want illegal foreigners. Zimbabweans must go back to fix their country. But then it comes to mind, so like, look America. America, you can travel without a passport. You can go to whatever those places, I don't know. But in South Africa, it's a problem to go to Lesotho, to go to Botswana, to go to Zimbabwe. And they are just here. I get your point.
We never had borders. And even without borders, we never encroached in each other's territory. We always knew that here is this kingdom, here is that kingdom. So,
facts. Like, if you're watching Julius Malema, you're not honest, you're not going to clap. Now, like, he's speaking the truth. He's speaking the truth. Facts to that. Facts to that. Facts to that.
It's unscientific to say when you do away with the borders, there's going to be an influx of foreigners in South Africa. Let's take Limpopo and Gauteng, for instance. Limpopo is much more poor than Gauteng, but the people have never left Limpopo to come to Gauteng. I come from Limpopo, and every time I get an opportunity.
You know, like Julius Malema auto shapaka psychology. If you're not strong, is a person who's been in the game. He can think fast. He can be a reason. You know, like when we're in court and having a discussion or having with a lawyer, and you get someone who can just reason fast and give you some scenarios. You say like, let's check these scenarios. You know, because when you go to this thing, people, they are checking scenarios to say like, let's focus this. Look at this. Look how they've done this. Look how they've done this. And in the same situation, you understand? It's the same thing to say like, look at these scenarios, look at these scenarios, look at these scenarios, and you can going to defeat you. And all South Africans or people who've been following Julius Malema, they know he's smart. We all know that.
Opportunity, I go home. I've got no intention, none whatsoever, to relocate my home into Gauteng. So it's unscientific to say because people are poorer and we are in a much better, relatively stable situation, they're going to come here and destabilize us. No.
Someone was saying that, say like black people, majority of them, they think they are better than other Africans. You understand? They think like that. So like they think they are better than other like Africans. You know, that's on their mind. So they think like they are better than other Africans. And it's not like that. It's not like that. I want to see.
No one wants to come here. We want you, people of Africa, if you want to go and trade in DRC, wake up this morning and just go to DRC and do whatever you want to do and come back without hassle.
That's when we call it. That's when we call it. Africa when it becomes one. When we become one, I'm telling you. When Africa become one, this thing what we're going to experience.
There must be free movement of people. There must be free movement of goods, and Africans must trade amongst themselves. Because only through the unity of Africa will we earn our seat on the international table where real issues are being discussed. What will Swaziland go and tell China and say, no, Swaziland and China are equal? Equal on what? But once we bring the unity of Africa, both in terms of size of the population and the mineral resources combined, the world will listen to us. Okay. We command more than 85% of the world platinum, ourselves and Zimbabwe combined.
And still black people are still living in poverty. You know, like when we have time, just listen to Julius Malema. You know, when we have time and you are just relaxing at your house, just take time and search on YouTube Julius Malema. This is a free advice, you know, because we can see how he explain and want to make sure people understand. His reasoning is on another level. His reasoning is on another level. So, like, if you want someone to listen, man, I'm advising you, dog. Julius Malema is the only way. Julius Malema. So like now, let's talk, because they say like you don't want illegal foreigners, then we are going to move forward.
In the EFF, but I'm not prepared.
This Julius may say, like, I'm not prepared to chase my African brothers.
I'm not prepared to take a platform and say foreigners must go home. I would rather not be a president of South Africa. I will be a president of my children.
So like this is what that brought us here, where we say like it's brought us to the where like you say like yeah,
at home we'll practice cabinet there. No, I don't want. I must go and tell these hungry Zimbabweans to live here. And when I tell them to leave, I send them to where? To die. To die. I would rather die with them than to allow them to
die with hunger. So like to I'm not going to allow them to die with hunger. I will never allow that.
Die alone. If this thing has cost us municipalities and the people who say I must resign, I will resign. For up.
You say I will resign. If people say like you must resign, say like I will definitely resign. I'm not ready to tell people who are suffering to like go back home where they come and decide to find a living, like others Chinese, like others whites, like others Indians who came to South Africa to find a living. But when it comes to my people, the Africans, I must chase them like they. Say like never. I will never do that. Yeah? Say like I will never do that. You can do it alone, but remove me to your things. Julius Malema.
Africans, I will resign. For black people, I will resign. I have no problem. I saw some tweets saying, no, the CIA is in the EFF. But I'm not prepared.
What about the hungry South Africans? This is a good question. What about the hungry South Africans? He's advocating for votes from because he knows there's overwhelming numbers here. He's already stay in power. So they say that this man is smart. He's want these people to come here, and then when time goes, he's going to give them power. So like you want them to come this side and get documented. When they're here, they're going to vote for what? EFA, because the only person that was fighting for illegal foreigner. They say like that. So like you say like those things because of he has a plan with illegal foreigners. Me, I don't know. People saying that. Now I have no idea. I don't know what they're talking about. I'm just reacting. You can see like this guy say he's advocating for votes. Yeah, I don't know my bad.
I'm not prepared to take a platform and say foreigners must go home. I would rather not be a president of South Africa. I'll be a president of my children at home. We'll practice cabinet there. No, I don't want. I must go and tell these hungry Zimbabweans to live here. And when I tell them to leave, I send them to where? To die. To die. I would rather die with them than to allow them to die alone. If this thing has cost us municipalities and the people who say I must resign, I will resign. For Africans, I will resign. For black people, I will resign. I have no problem. I saw some tweets saying, no, the CIA is in the EFF. But I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared to take a platform and say foreigners must go home. I will rather.
I'm not prepared. What are you saying? What are you saying there? Prince, like, I will never do that. We are all Africans. let's love each other. You know, like this
so
what
this is a popcorn.
This is what Julius Malema said when he was in ANC. This is what Julius Malema said when he was in ANC. Julius Malema once said about Zimbabweans, now they are not going anywhere, illegal foreigners. There's a reason I done this video. I was like, he said these things about
and mushrooming political parties in Zimbabwe. They will never find friendship in us. They can insult us here from air-conditioned offices of Santen. We are unshaken. They must stop shouting at us. They must go and fight for their battle in Zimbabwe and win. If they've got ground and they are formed on the basis of solid ground in Zim, why are they speaking in Santen and not Mashonaland or the Matabele?
I don't know, like is when we are starting to grow like now, you know. So like he's very enjoying the ANC, man. Now he's not the same. Now we are coming back, we'll say for the first time. I believe like is a I don't know how to call it. You understand? It's part of like growing. It's not nothing bad, but I understand where it's going. I understand very well.
There's nothing Santen in Zimbabwe. There's everything about the Zimbabweans. Let them go back and go and fight them. Even when the ANC was underground in exile, we had our internal underground forces fighting for freedom. And we have never spoken from...
This guy said to Julius Malema, you live in Zimbabwe. This guy said to Julius Malema, you are living in Zimbabwe. I remember there was this guy is going to clash with Julius Malema. He's going to clash.
Exile. You see, let me tell you, before you are Chacharach, let me tell you.
I don't know if you don't remember this part. Let me tell you if you are Chacharach. So let me tell you if you are Chacharach, if you think you know too much, let me educate you. Tell this guy. Julius Malema is speaking. That's where the war started between the two. Oh, let's see this one. This is like insist illegal immigrant must find creative way to come into South Africa. Julius Malema. This guy is obsessed with opening borders. He does not protest what people need. He missed the plot long time ago. Creative ways, passport and other way. How do we invoice someone without a country document?
Advocating for illegality with that statement, they must find creative ways to come into South Africa. What are creative ways? Crossing the river. Surely there must be a type of border, not a colonial system, but a type of referendum to say, do you have the necessary papers for the instances of planning? Because the women will be here, they need to take the kids to hospital, for schools, for urban planning and development. They need to.
Yeah, I love this question. Best question ever. I love your question. Best question ever. Best question ever. How are you going to deal with that?
be a quantity of how many people require medication in Joburg. If government doesn't have that plan, it's going to be a disaster. Do you regret those comments?
No.
You don't regret those comments. He said no. He said, do you regret those comments? He said, like, no, I don't regret them.
Why don't you require documents to go to KwaZulu-Natal and you're coming from here and you have nothing there in KwaZulu-Natal and then you are going to collapse and get sick in KwaZulu-Natal and affect their budget? Why is that not a requirement? What is different between you and these people who are there? Why can't we develop a policy that says if we're to treat a Lesotho citizen in South Africa, so Swaziland or Nigeria, once confirmed that this is a citizen of this particular country, these are the credentials, we treat this person and then we invoice their country.
Okay. Maybe like, yeah, he's talking about the plan that they want that plan to happen. He's talking about the plan that he wants those plans to be effective in South Africa. You understand? That's the plan that he wants to select. If you from go to Limpopo, why you need ID? So they will become one. They must become one, right? When they become one like that, we know they're from here. It sounds confusing. If I'm not mistaken, it sounds very confusing. It sounds very confusing. Creativity ways, passport, and other ways. Which country is doing now? Tell us. This guy is dismissed experienced South Africans. That's directly affected this issue of replacing his fantasy. Like Malema, you must watch Borders Control Europe. You know what I love, that we are going to vote for EFF, not Malema. So like we are going to vote for EFF, not Malema. Maybe what he's saying here, people in EFF, they are against it. That's what I'm getting. So like what he's saying here, people, they are totally against it. You understand? So as we don't know.
Why should we have a hospital and then be worried that sick people are going to be sick and then influx our hospital? Don't be worried about influx. You must be worried with healing people so that you save humanity. And the only way you can heal people is when you've got your own planning, but you know that in case other people come from outside, you always provide an invoice to those countries that they come from. That has been African planning, by the way. Those things you are saying is Eurocentric planning. You are talking about a funeral and a cow. You plan for 100 people, 700 people comes, and you never say, this is not part of me. No, you always know. We embrace.
There's no RSVP, Kaspi.
No, we embrace each other.
You know, like, Julius Malema is smart. Julius Malema is smart. It's going to come with a scenario every time. Scenario that is similar to what we are trying to say to him. You understand? It's going to come with like same scenarios that's going to make you to question, like, man, this man, what he's saying. You understand? Because of his working smart, he thinks and say, like, when they're going to say this, I'm going to say this. When they're saying this, I'm going to say this. That's why he's moving like this, man. That's why he's moving like this. People say, like, Malema, you bring people here. I say, like, no, don't worry about those people. Don't worry about those people. I'm going to, you know. So, like, the most dangerous crime stuff committed by foreigners. That means I'm going to say it's
the most dangerous.
I'm going to say, like, he's confused if saying this. I'm going to say, like, you are confused if he's saying this. EFF is misleading the country. That's the Malema we voted when he started EFF. Malema is today don't know what scam us. You understand?
crimes today are committed by the so-called foreigners. Because those people are dead already. I mean, you cross a river with crocodiles, and then you come to another country, you are still alive. That's a bonus.
The most people, so like where we stand like now, you know, when we're watching this video, you're asking yourself where we stand now. Because of you are saying this, Nini, you are saying this, Nini, you are saying this. There's a question of like where do we stand like now? You understand? It's a question that we ask ourselves to say like where we stand like now.
Equal as being dead. There's nothing more to fear. If you look at that attitude, you're like, but this attitude is inspired by the fact that this person died long before, when he decided to get into a river with crocodiles to cross to the other side. You can't tell them anything. So that's what hungry, empty stomach breed. Several things the soldiers are...
Very confusing. Very confusing to people with EFF. So like EFF, like where do you stand? But I think like now he make his own conclusion. So like I think like now he make his own conclusion. So like he's with Africans, you know, because this thing is after and before, like I said on the thing. I say like after and before. You understand? This is an after and before. You understand? This is the after and before. So I believe like now he changed his statement. It's not like other statements.
Most dangerous crimes today are committed by the so-called foreigners.
Yeah, but when you go to other countries, like you commit a crime. So breaking cell, all members of EFF and foreigners. Well, what is it? I don't understand what they're trying to say, but I was listening to this guy, and he was saying like the brain of Julius Malema. Let's get this.
Malema is...
You know, I was listening to this on TikTok. I was like, man, why not share with my views? Maybe it's your first time hearing something like this. You understand? Maybe it's your first time, but I'm here to educate you.
Never. Malema is looking at the reality and is looking into the future. Let me shock you. I told you that possibly there are more than 27 million foreigners that are here.
Yes.
Now, this is what happened when you are in a foreign country. Legally. You stay for 10 years, you qualify for citizenship. I hope.
Yeah, legally. Even like now, because of like legally based on the law that we cannot challenge. Law is law. You understand? You cannot challenge the law. So based on legally, you are here and you can get access. You understand? You can get access because you are here already. You know? So like the thing of like now, Malema, like based on how he explained, I will say is the best move. Because of East Africa, man, but in Africa, so there's no balance, man. Let's face reality.
You know that.
Yeah.
Once you get a citizenship, it means you can get a green ID. Once you get a green ID, it means you can vote. And your children can get all the documentation after you. So if Malema is doing what he does, it means Malema is preparing himself to be a president of this country in the next 20 years. And who is going to vote for him? Foreigners.
It's foreign.
Foreigners. documented foreigners who will be found in this country, who stayed here legally and qualified for citizenship and had their children to have documents, they'll vote for him.
So if you're watching this, do you agree with this guy, what he's saying? If you're watching this, maybe it's your first time hearing something like this, do you agree with this guy, what he's saying? Let me read the man so that I can see your answer. Do you wrote the answer there? I want to see your answer to show, like, do you agree to say, like, how Julius Malema moves is the best move ever? Is the best move ever. So, like, foreigners that are going to come here, and then for years, they're going to vote for Julius Malema to become a president. Do you agree? Anyone to agree with? Stand up and raise a point. Come on. No one is raise a point. Okay, let's move forward. Let me share the screen and talk about this topic, because this is an ongoing topic. So nice, so hot sauces, so beautiful. So like now let's think. 20 years. 20 years is far. Just 20 years is very far. Let's see operation.
You are saying it's supposed to buy medicine.
Dula Indiana Julius Malema, my friend, we was deported 2 times 1 week. This guy said my friend was deported 2 times. 2 times per week. They say, like, where's the papers? They no papers, they take him, go back home. The friend come again. Where is the papers? No papers. Where's papers? No papers.
We pay buses. We take them back. They come back the following day, not next week.
So what would be your solution as the
The solution is let's go and document these people.
So
let me see.
Don't deport them, rather find a way to formalize them.
We need to document them, because whether you like it or not, my brother, they are here. You know what they do in December? They hand themselves over in Lindela so that they can go and eat Christmas.
Why you take that? Why do you know that? It's like, you know what doing? They'll be like, take us, we want to go back home, I'll come back next year. It's like they do that. So like you can take us, we'll come back, we'll come back next day, January. Yeah? Is it this what they are doing? Hey, Malema, man. Huh?
Home. And then in January they come back. That money could have been used on some feeding scheme.
One feeding scheme, why not job creation, man? We are sneered down, we are doing reactions because of there's no jobs. I'm here literally doing reactions. Yeah? Doing reaction. Just imagine. It's something I want.
To feed the children of the poor or in the clinics. The reality of you are in denial. There's xenophobic people are in denial. That's a problem. They are in denial that these people are here. They think they are still coming. Yeah. They are not coming, they are here. How do we deal with that? You are saying it's supposed to buy medicine. We pay buses, we take them back. They come back the following day, not next week.
So what would be your solution as
the solution is let's go and document these people.
So don't deport them, rather find a way to formalize them.
We need to document them, because whether you like it or not, my brother, they are here. You know what they do in December? They hand themselves.
So what? So what are you saying based on this? Do you agree with Julius Malema? Or you don't? So you can say by yourself, do you agree with what Julius Malema is saying? Okay, no one do. So guys, this is a classroom. You must be active, man. Let's all be engageable. Let's see what's happening here. This is something. Let's see. Select.
You are foreigners.
Not you, man. I want to put this.
You are foreigners because you have nothing to show.
You are foreigners because you have nothing to show. You don't have the land. But it's right there, yes. When I think about it, it's like you have nothing. You have nothing to show. Because you have nothing to show. And when we think about it, it's true.
You go around claiming this is your country. Let's go outside to show me papers that confirms you are the owner of this country. There's nothing. You don't own anything. Yet you call people foreigners. You are a foreigner yourself.
You say you are a foreigner by yourself. You are busy like, hey, people are foreigners. Where papers? Show us papers. Yes, you call people foreigners. Where is the papers? Where is the papers? Yes, you are busy saying people are foreigners. Hey, people are this. Hey, people are this. Show us your papers. So like that, show us your papers. Because I have the kind of proof.
Because you do not own. Foreigners means visitors. Visitors are people who just come empty-handed.
Fact. Fact. We are empty-handed. We have nothing to show. I don't like we have nothing to show. What can we show? We don't own the land. The land is owned by whites. So what do you say? What are we? Based on the explanation, tell us what are we? I think it's best like when we get from you guys, tell us. In South Africa, what are we? Because we own nothing, we have nothing.
With a small bag. When the time permits, they go. That's you. You are renting. You are marching from the hostels, beating up people that they must leave South Africa. Yet you do not own a hostel. You are paying a rent in that hostel. You can be removed yourself from that hostel.
I know people who hate the truth. They're going to say like, yeah, he's being the truth. This guy was saying this, you can work. But you can work, but when you lose your job, what will happen? Right? When this thing isn't gonna play. Yeah, list this one.
If you go underneath this post,
So why the video one doesn't want to play this one? You go this one. It's bad. You understand? It's very bad. But then let's see the best friends, because we all know like Shivambu.
Comrades.
We all know Shivambu was best friend to Julius Malema, brothers since ANC until EFF, then they separated because of SMN. I don't know, but now I believe like SMN must have your own. I don't know, like you must. I don't know how to explain this, but you must. I don't know how to put this, but okay, let's do.
We will make sure the struggle of all immigrants, most of whom are economic migrants and asylum seekers.
Julius Malema retained that all Israel are welcome to South Africa. Julius Malema is current, but Africa first. I hate, to be honest, like if you're doing reactions and you get these songs, so maybe they believe they're going to make a video so nice. For me, it's a problem. Maybe for you, you can do so nice, but for me, it's a big problem. Those songs, you understand? For me, it's not the thing I want.
No one must move in South Africa or Africa without documents. And when you are not documented, they must arrest you. In that way, there won't be people who are roaming our streets here without documents.
Fact. Where is the police? For first thing, we must forget what Joshua is saying, but the question is, where is South African police? How do they welcome people who don't have papers? Right, we need to focus on that. Why they welcome people with no papers? People going to say like Julius Malema. But if someone has papers, you can try to say like, no, what you're doing is wrong, right? But if we don't have police who do their work, who's going to blame? Let's start there. Who are going to blame? Who you're going to blame? Because of like you guys like to blame people. Who are you going to blame? They have police, they're not doing their work. Why they don't do their work? Because they're hired to do their work. So then after that, you are coming to blame EFF.
Here in El Dorado Park.
Say PA Gaten McKinsey want to chase Nigerians away because they want to sell. Joe, I was not there. I was not there to hear something like that. I was not there. I was not there. So like you want to sell drugs for himself.
You just go and elect a councillor of a drug lords, of a drug organization, of gangsters. The president of that organization says in the debate yesterday, Comrade Carl, he was debating with Mzwane Lemanyi. He says, the business of drugs, he thinks he's making a point, Dr. Ndlozi. The business of drugs has been taken over by Nigerians. I'm like, he wants us to take over the business of drugs. He doesn't say we must close down the drugs. His problem with the Nigerians is that they can no longer sell drugs as leaders of Patriotic Alliance. They want Nigerians to go so that they can sell the drugs.
This is my first time hearing something like this.
There's a talk here of...
You say like because I know like Julius Malema and Gaten McKinsey, they have their own differences. You understand? They have their own differences, and he said like he want to sell these drugs by himself. You understand? You know, I like we need to come to understand that why we should allow people. This thing like it must change with our citizens, especially like people who don't have papers and run business here. Will you allow people with no papers to run business here? You understand? So all of those things start with us, citizens. Like in your community, people don't have papers running businesses. How? How do you allow something like that?
The trade minister of Zimbabwe this week said something, which is an irony because I don't know if there's trade in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Okay, you're listening.
That's not the point. Well, she said that no foreigner should run businesses in Zimbabwe.
Yeah, but I think like it makes sense why you come to run business. Like I think I understand why you come to other people's countries to run a business. That's why I'm saying South Africans must be strict when it comes to this. You must feed your people. Remember, business is to feed your people. You understand? That is the importance of business. You don't just run a business. The business, its point is to feed your people. That's why like entrepreneurs, they're making more money because they're feeding numbers of people.
That feels like a slight on you saying, across the road,
so my bra, because someone is doing something wrong and says something wrong, now must join that so that no, we must be equal. No, I can't. That's what they believe in. And I don't know who will go to Zimbabwe now to go and do business there. Especially
the facts make sense. Makes sense. Who will go to Zimbabwe to make a business?
Fields that is talking about. I know Zimbabwe is trading tobacco. There is still gold. There is platinum. Actually, some studies were suggesting that our Zimbabwean platinum and our platinum and that of Zimbabwe combined constitute almost 85% of the world.
It's very possible.
Yeah, so there's still platinum there. So there's some trade going on. Whether they are doing it right or not, I don't know. But that's where the Chinese interests come in. But
okay. Now I believe that Malema is not a South African. What is a South African? What is a South African? Because to be South African is not about. But we have like I don't know how to explain this, but let's watch.
We're not saying no foreigner must come and trade in South Africa because Zimbabweans are no foreigners in South Africa. They're Africans. So that's why you are wrong in your joke to say we're all going to be South Africans. We're all going to go back to being Africans. Because that's the problem with you South Africans. You think you are a Europe of Africa, that you are not part of the continent. We need to go back to our continent and identify with it, and it must be borderless. And borderless does not mean criminality. Europeans have a borderless continent called
Facts. I wanted to refer on that. Facts. Europeans may have borderless, where like people they can come and Facts.
But Europe, they trade with ease. You can have a breakfast.
They travel with ease. They go to a football match the same night they back home.
You have breakfast in Milan, in Italy, and then sleep in London.
Yeah.
With no hassle. So, and then when it comes to us, because the unity of Africans threatens them, they say no.
Well, don't get me.
Facts.
You know, personally, I'd be very. If you gave all Ethiopian women South African citizenship, I'd be the happiest person, right? I think they're harmless people generally, and I think about
No. I think Ethiopia, we have gone too far. There's a club now which was playing in AFCON.
Cabo Verde.
Yeah, Cabo Verde.
I hate all our
guys. There was a huge problem because we had to block buses of South African men leaving to visit those groups.
You know, incidentally, the trade minister of Zimbabwe this week said something which is an irony.
So let's move forward and then let's move forward. Yeah. Want to see something. I want to see something. Sorry. We are going to reclaim hijacked buildings in Africa from foreigners. You know, like people in Cast don't know like the buildings that have been hijacked by foreigners in South Africa. You don't know that. They don't know that there are buildings that have been hijacked. And guys, I never tell Julius Malema, believe me, hi to about tomorrow, about to
safety. That Hillbrook must be restored to its former glory. We cannot allow a situation where shacks are erected on the paving of a Hillbrook. That is not land expropriation. That's anarchy. Land expropriation is not land damage.
And they say like they're going to do it based on the law. They say like they're going to do land without paying any cent based on the law, not what is happening in what they call it. Not what is happening in come on, come to my mind. Not what's happening in
No hijacked buildings. We must go and reclaim our buildings in Gauteng. And when we reclaim our buildings, we don't say we're reclaiming buildings from foreigners. We're reclaiming buildings from criminals. They are criminals. We don't care where they come from. We're in the public safety. That Hillbrook must be restored to its former glory. We cannot allow.
Facts. So this is the next press, but like the thing of like confuse the two. People say like Julius Malema said don't want foreigners. Julius Malema like now want foreigners. What are you saying? What is your point, Julius Malema? Because of you confuse the people. People say like you say you want this, now you don't want this. You say you want this, now you don't want this. People they start to get confused. Say like what Julius Malema is standing for exactly. So let's give this lady a chance.
I am so pissed. I'm up to here. So this morning when I come to work, ni can't train when I go to work. So as I board, the ticket examiner, they were on board. They were inside the train. But when I get in, they were not checking the trains. They were just standing there. So this one guy saw me coming in, and I go and sit down. I'm not noticing him, but he noticed me. And then as I'm sitting, he come just straight to me. He passed everyone who I got inside the train with on that station where I got in.
Okay, thank you for your story.
China is not going to colonize Africa. The problem is your corrupt leaders who go to China, with empty bags and come back with money. They want money and they negotiate with money in their mind. So go there with proper ideas, not with corrupt mentality. There's no China that wants to colonize anyone. How do you get colonized now when you are the negotiator? South Africa has surrendered a port now in Durban now. That's colonialism, where you just take your port and give it to other people, surrendering your sovereignty, and later you're going to say people have colonized you. When you go to China and say, give us a power station in exchange for OR Tambo Airport, why would they miss that opportunity? It's not them, it's your stupidity as leaders. China is not going to colonize Africa. The problem is your corrupt leaders who go to China with empty bags and come back with money. They want money and they negotiate with money in their mind. So go there with proper ideas, not with corrupt mentality. There's no China that wants to colonize anyone. How do you get colonized now?
Even they say it, I say like, hey, China, you know, like this thing, people, they make deals and other one who are benefiting. That's what's happening in South Africa. People are making deals and other one who are benefiting. People of this country are not benefiting. People who the one who are making decisions are the one who are benefiting. You know, the people of this country are not benefiting. Number two.
When you are the negotiator, South Africa has surrendered a port now in Durban now. That's colonialism, where you just take your port and give it to other people, surrendering your sovereignty.
Colonialism. But I was confused, me. I don't lie. I don't know. He was confused, not like now. Let's get this. Let's focus on this.
The suspect.
Nigerians must go back to Nigeria. It's not xenophobic, right? Julius Malema said Nigerians are our future employers. The reason he said that is because of they own the land and we don't own the land. So he said like these things are going to employ you because of they have the land and you don't have the land, right? That is why he said they said like these people they have land and you have nothing. So those people they are going to hire you. You understand? It's like those people they are going to hire you because you have nothing and they have the land, right? They have the land and you have nothing, and these people they have the land and you have nothing. So that's why I say like these people they are going to hire you, and you must make peace with it. Who is this?
Ran amok and clashed with police as they tried to free a Nigerian national who was allegedly found with drugs. Initially, police arrested the 3 suspects, then later arrested the 5 suspects. The suspect was allegedly in possession of teak, dacha, and crystal meth. Police fired rubber bullets to disperse the crowd.
During processing, the suspects broke windows at the station. Additional charges of malicious damage to property were added. Another group of Nigerians later approached the police station and threatened to retaliate. The operational commander warned the group to disperse. However, upon dispersing, the group damaged police vehicles. Another 4 suspects.
So when foreigners do wrong things, they are going to look at Julius Malema and say, like, Julius Malema, you allow these people, we must take responsibility for them. This is what they are planning to do. Just like when things are bad, they are going to say, Julius Malema, take responsibility. Julius Malema, take accountability. Or it's me, I don't know. I don't know what is happening exactly. It's going to be like that. It's going to be like that. It's like, Julius Malema, take responsibility. Your people are doing this. Your people are doing this. It's going to be like that, Julius Malema, because of he is not defending, but he's fighting so we can be all equal. Yeah? No, guys, you guys unfair. You guys unfair. You know, like, guys, I'm busy, like, yeah. You guys are very unfair, I don't lie. Very unfair. So that's why there's lots of videos we can watch of Julius Malema. People, they want to bring Malema down. Malema down. Malema down. Malema down. Malema said with foreigners. Julius Malema said, let's take away borders in African countries. Meanwhile, they
listen to this fucking reason. So, also, Julius, let's take away borders between African countries. Okay, sharp. Meanwhile, the fucker lives in a...
It's not that way. You know, I need to educate people. Not that way. I don't know why you think small. I don't know why you think. It's like, let's take the border so that it can be one Africa, one army. Same to you can go to Ghana, you can go to Botswana with nothing. You understand? Not the way you think it. Why you think it that way from the first place? It's not the way how you think it. When you think it in other ways. He didn't say the way you are thinking it. Come on.
Community. He stays behind high walls. So yeah, now him and his family are protected by high walls, security guards all the time. But then when it comes to the greater South African family, he's saying, remove the walls. Give me that mindset. And you have so many people that are agreeing with that mindset. And I'm going, can he start at home first? Can he demolish his walls and says, look, my space is everybody's space. We are brothers, we are sisters. Start so it's small with, oh, that's a real leader. He's leading from the front. You know, give me that mindset. I'm like, there's a reason you fucking put a wall around your home.
It's this, I don't know how you get it. Putting the walls is like setting a boundaries to your friends. Right? You can put I saw like other people put a small gate, and when they put a small gate, it's a thing of like you cannot just enter here, right? Why? Because of these boundaries. Same to your friends. You put boundaries. It's not how you think it.
I would assume there's a reason why you have security. There's a reason why you stay in a gated community. Listen to this fucking reason. So, also, Julius, let's take away borders between African countries. Okay, sharp. Meanwhile, the fucker lives in a gated community. He stays behind high walls. So yeah, now him and his family are protected.
You don't understand it, you know, and it's hard to explain. Someone don't understand it. You put the yard. Say this is my yard, right? You put those things to say like this is my yard. Everyone put this to indicate. If you go to rural areas, people they put their gates walls to say this is my wall, this is my house. It ended here. You understand? So take it the way how you see it. Don't take it the way how you think it. That's a problem. To have people who not thinking Think deep. Think. How?
The white people who brought us to this court, it is because they don't like being challenged. When you challenge them, they want to use you as an example. I've been an example, and I will be an example. Even in my grave, I will never retreat. I will never surrender. No prison can make me to retreat from my ideas. No death will threaten me.
You know, like today we are talking about Julius Malema said like foreigners must go. Julius Malema flop again. So we are just focusing on that. How can we move forward? You know, how can we all like move forward and but following Julius Malema and following his lead. But like now we're talking about like the confusion that we are watching. Say Julius Malema say this, now we say this. Which one should be full? Which one should we go with? You understand? Like we are in these videos today. Let's go.
With the South African ID, you must get employed. Whether you are DA, whether you are ANC, it doesn't matter. You are South African, you qualify to work there. Look at what happened in that building which has collapsed. The person has hired undocumented foreigners because they don't want to hire South Africans and pay them the total salaries. So that person who caused that mess in that building, we are going to make sure that is followed up and is arrested. You are South African with the South African ID. You must get employed. Whether you are DA, whether you are ANC.
Whether you are DA, whether you are ANC, you must get employed. These people care. This guy care about you guys. You guys are not. You're not seeing it. You know, they are not seeing. So like this man cares about South Africans. You understand? They are not seeing it. That is a problem. Why are you not seeing it? Let's get this one.
You are saying it's supposed to buy medicine. We pay buses, we take them back. They come back the following day, not next week.
So what would be your solution as the EFF?
The solution is let's go and document these people.
So don't deport them, rather find a way to formalize them.
We need to document them because whether you like it or not, my brother, they are here.
In fact, because of Lesotho is not far from South Africa. Mozambique is not far from South Africa, and there's no those borders they're talking about. Unless if Lesotho, Mozambique, Botswana, whatever you can mention, they say like we want to put borders here. You understand? But beside that, like, nah, there's nothing they can do. Beside that, there's nothing they can do. I'm telling you, beside there's nothing they can do. Let's give this lady a chance.
Don't vote for me. I don't want that vote. I don't want a xenophobic vote. I
don't like song as a background. See, like when you put the song behind it, you say like, don't listen to my edit. Because yes, I'm not special.
Come on, man. Stop being.
Oh my God, I hate this thing. I hate what do you call this? I hate song behind the video I'm reacting on. What is the reason of the saw? Let's get this one.
You see, let me tell you, before you are chachara. This is a building of a revolutionary party. And you know nothing about the revolution. So here you behave or else you jump. Here you don't laugh. Chief, can you get security to remove this thing?
I know that everyone knows this video. Can you get security to remove this thing here? The thing that's been happening is like, remove this thing because of his Julius Malema, and then you are making jokes. You understand? Julius Malema is talking about Sarah's matter, and you are making jokes. The problem.
Fellow SADC people, please find a creative way. This is your home. Your families are here.
So like, please find a way to come to South Africa. Julius Malema. That's why like people, they are so confused. Nini say like these people are not allowed here. So like people, they get confused. So like, what are you talking about? Because you are confusing us. Nini, you are saying like these people are welcome. Nini, these people are not welcome. So like now you say them, they must find a way to come to South Africa. Yeah? So like now you say they must find a way to come to South Africa.
There's no way anyone is going to close you out here. Lesotho and Free State are one thing. Mpumalanga and Swaziland are one thing. Northwest and Botswana are one thing. Limpopo and Zimbabwe are one thing. What is the point? There's no point at all, except people who suffer from self-hate. Put South Africa...
Facts. I get you. I understand his point. I totally understand his point. I totally understand his point. They are one day. But if you are small mind, you will never understand. But me understand. You never understand. We are one thing. So if you don't take it, that's on you.
You cannot be a good businessman who doesn't look after the well-being of your workers. That workers must be paid on time, and be paid living wages. Because once you take care of one worker, the likelihood is that you are looking after 15 to 20 people in one family. Do not just treat this one face you see. You must see the many faces behind this one face. As a child of a domestic worker, I used to stand at the bus stop and wait for her.
You are not, there are lots. There are lots who used to stand and waiting their parents to come back home with sweets and whatever that they're going to bring. You understand? Because we understand the struggle. They understand the struggle. So they used to wait for their parents. So like, man, when my parents come in. You understand? So like, I totally agree with Julius Malema. If you're a businessman, man, make sure you pay your people in time and you care about their health, their mental health. You know, so beautiful, isn't it?
She returns from work. And every day she came out of a bus with a plastic, I knew she came back with leftovers. We're going to eat. That white person didn't know that by giving her leftovers, she was feeding more people behind that face. So you look at a worker, you must know that I'm carrying on my shoulders as a businessman the well-being of many other people. But because without you, a lot of people will go hungry. You will rather not make profit that month. You will rather not buy luxury vehicles for that month. You will rather not spend money in the clubs. Always make sure that your workers get a salary.
This is a powerful speech ever. This is a powerful speech ever I once heard. This is a powerful speech I ever once heard. This is a powerful speech to show like these people care about you. You must not treat your people like they are not people. You understand? Yeah, I have idea. I have idea. I have idea, Julius Malema. Good. I have idea like now. I think of it. Sorry. So guys, I'm busy.
In what capacity
you will understand when I'm a member of
Man, I don't understand what's happening with this, man. Network is good. Network is proper. Everything is proper. So I don't understand what is happening with this exactly. So like now I want to share my screen and see what is happening with this thing. Exactly.
Parliament. That's
Okay,
number
have you
one.
got an official sanction from Parliament?
I don't need a sanction to be here. When I
need a
do my
sanction.
oversight, I don't need sanction from anyone.
So you're here on official government business.
I'm not government. There's a
Okay.
difference between parliament and government.
So you're here on official
I'm
parliament
here
business.
as a member of parliament who's
official
doing
parliament
an
business.
official oversight.
Oversight.
Yes,
And
I have
can
a
I
duty
have
to
some
do.
documentation to them?
That's me. You have me. You see the arrogance you are displaying, my man. It's not going to help you. It's not going to help you.
It's not going to help you. It's not going to just comply. It's not going to help you. The arrogant you are having is not going to help you, my man. Just relax.
Okay.
You see, I come nice to you, and this is what you are giving.
Can I offer you this letter? It's from my HR department.
No.
I have no capacity to give you any answers, so I can
No,
give you a
but
letter
let's
from
go
HR.
have a meeting as agreed yesterday.
Okay,
You see,
so
these people who are saying to you, give him a letter, give him what.
Yeah.
They will not help you with anything.
Julius, I'm not a politician.
Yeah.
I'm an employee of this business.
Yeah.
I can give you a letter, or I can.
So they're not going to help you. Julius Malema visited a restaurant in Mall of Africa. The reason maybe they visited, people complain. Black people complain, so like this guy does not treat us well. That's where normally Malema intervene when things are like that. You know. When things like that, that's where Julius Malema intervene. You understand? That's where when people say like Malema, you are not treating fairly. What. That's where Julius Malema will end.
you know, that's really the best strategy.
No, let's go have a peaceful discussion. It's two South Africans wanting a conversation.
Yeah.
There's no one who's fighting anyone.
Yeah.
But once you create an environment of attitude, then it's not going to be nice for all of us, especially for you when you do business.
I will come back to you on that.
And look at me. I've come here with very few, not all these people are going to meet you.
Yeah.
I come here with very few people to show that.
Who wants to meet, first of all?
No, we're here. I'll introduce them.
Who wants to come into the restaurant?
No, we're here. I'll introduce them.
So it's going to be just you?
No.
Julius Malema. Julius Malema. Oh my God!
You can get a car for 1.2 million in paid off in 5 years.
That's why the last one.
You are South African with the South African ID. You must get employed. Whether you are DA, whether you are ANC, it doesn't matter. You are South African, you qualify to work here. Oh, look at what happened in that building which has collapsed. The person has hired undocumented foreigners because they don't want to hire South Africans and pay them the total salaries. So that person who caused that mess in that building, we are going to make sure that is followed up and is arrested.
This Julius Malema. Julius Malema. I know like people don't like Julius Malema, but he's a man who speaks the truth. I know a lot of people, they are against Julius Malema. They're against him with all they have. They're against Julius Malema with all they have. With all they have, they hated Julius Malema. Julius Malema. Julius, I want the last video.
Someone said to me, if you want us to vote for you in 2024, you must abandon this thing of foreigners. Now I'm prepared to go.
Now I'm prepared to go back home. Hello guys, I'm done. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying tuned. My name is Emily Nekat. Thank you so much.